Hello, dear friends, my favorite viewers. Today I am starting the recording of a new column. As you can see from the title, it is called Basic Principles. I have been thinking about this column for a long time, about 6 months ago. I even gave an announcement that I was going to do it, but you see, something went wrong, including illness. And finally, now I decided to start recording in October. 21 years old. So what's this column gonna be about? It's going to be short videos. They're going to be literally 2-3 minutes long, and they're going to be about the basic principles of chess. Basic principles means basic, down to the fundamentals of chess. I think there will be about 50 episodes. And I will try to have 1 episode a week at least. Maybe sometimes there will be 2 episodes a week, because a lot of other things will be coming out on the channel. And I will try to fill every free day when I have the opportunity to do it with these videos. Well, respectively, to whom this section is dedicated? In principle, beginners, junior chess players, and even experienced chess players. And we'll spend these few minutes not in vain, because sometimes to refresh in memory the basic principle will be useful, of course. But absolutely on the basis of these 50 basic principles, which maybe there will be plus or minus 1 to 2, but about 50, I'm sure that it will help any chess player who starts to play chess. These principles will help very much. In the game, because they are exactly basic, that is, basic principles. But let's start with the very first issue. The very first issue will be like this. Principle 01. Principle 1. Make sure that every move you make has a purpose. Sounds simple and straightforward. Every move you make should have a purpose. What's another way to say this principle? For example, if you want to make a move, but you can't tell yourself what it's for, how it helps you play further. This move has no purpose. You can't answer yourself. You can't answer yourself. Don't make that move. You see how it is? So, let's look at some short examples. For example, e4, e5. The game opens. And here, if we make a knight h3 move, that move has, well, there's no good purpose. The knight went to the edge of the board. Where can he go next? To f4? No. To g5? Well, no. He'll get eaten by the queen, so he won't fire enough squares. That is, this move has no reasonable purpose. If we play knight f3, of course, we can immediately find some good justifications for this move. That's why this move is the best. The knight to the center is out. He shells 8 squares. Notice that here he only fires at 4 squares. 8 squares. At the same time he attacked the pawn e5 and controls the center, that is threatening to win the pawn. There you see, so this move has a purpose. Let's go further. For example, black played knight on c6. We're going to play an Italian game now. A simple variation in which I love. My students play this variation. Well, for example, here in this position there are, let's take 2 moves. One of them is the queen move c2. That's the purpose of this move, for example. If someone makes such a move, he has to explain to himself, I'm making this move for what? To go to b1 or something else? Yes, it can be. A person who understands the basics of chess should see that moving the queen into the void is pointless because it's trapped everywhere, and this move has no normal purpose. Or conversely, we'll take the move g4. This move has a purpose.
What is the purpose? On attaque on the king.
Pawns go forward and accordingly, white can further ram with the move g5 or prepare a knight move, let's say to f5. It's not so important. It is important that the move g4, supported by pawn h, has a goal, yes, an attack on black's castling position. And we can give ourselves an answer. I want to go g4. The goal is to attack the king. That's the first most basic principle. It's not necessarily the first one in turn. They'll be all mixed together. So these 50 principles that I'm going to show you, they are not, this is the first one, and then after it is the second one, and after it is this third one, because you can't recognize them in any other order. No, they can and must be recognized in any order and applied in your game. So, principle number 1. Make sure that every move you make, if the game goes 40 moves, 40 times you have to give yourself the answer that I'm making a move and I know what its goal is. I can explain what the purpose of this move is. That's it, glad to see you such a rubric. Support it with a like, write comments. Most importantly, be happy every day, take care of your health. See you on the training channel of Igor Nemtsev.
Goodbye and see you soon.